Have you ever wondered why your feline friend seems to have an aversion to water? It's a question that has puzzled many cat owners, and the answer lies buried deep in the annals of feline history. To understand this peculiar aversion, we need to journey back in time to the wild ancestors of our domesticated darlings. These ancestral cats thrived in arid regions, like the deserts of North Africa, where water was scarce and certainly not a natural part of their everyday landscape. Swimming was not a survival skill needed in their environment, hence, they didn't develop a natural affinity for water. Fast forward to the present day, and this innate aversion is still evident in many of our feline companions. While they might be far removed from their desert-dwelling ancestors, their genetic makeup still carries this inherent dislike for large bodies of water. It's not so much about the water itself, but more about the sensation of being drenched. The feeling of wet fur is not only uncomfortable for cats, but it can also make them feel weighed down and less agile, which goes against their nature as nimble and swift creatures. But that's not to say all cats despise water. There are exceptions to the rule. Certain breeds like the Maine Coon or the Turkish Van are known to enjoy a good swim. But these are the exceptions rather than the norm, and it's always best to let your cat set their own boundaries when it comes to water interaction. So, the next time you're tempted to give your cat a bath, remember their instinctual dislike for water. Consider alternatives like grooming wipes or dry shampoos that can help keep your cat clean without causing them discomfort. And if your cat is one of those rare water-loving breeds, make sure their water adventures are safe and supervised. After all, understanding and respecting our feline friends' likes and dislikes is the cornerstone of a loving and harmonious relationship. Ever noticed how your cat flinches or runs away at the sound of a vacuum cleaner or loud music? This is no coincidence. Cats have an exquisitely acute sense of hearing, far superior to ours. This heightened sensitivity, while an evolutionary advantage, also makes them highly susceptible to noise disturbances. Cats, you see, can hear a broader range of frequencies compared to us humans. Their ears are finely tuned instruments, capable of picking up the faintest of sounds, even those that are beyond our auditory spectrum. This is why the sudden roar of a vacuum cleaner or the blaring beats of your favorite rock band can be distressingly loud for them. Loud noises not only startle our feline friends, but can also cause them stress and anxiety. It's akin to you being suddenly exposed to an ear-piercing siren. Quite unpleasant, isn't it? Now, imagine your cat experiencing this discomfort every time you decide to clean the house or turn up the volume on your speakers. Common household sounds that we often take for granted can be a source of distress for cats. The clang of pots and pans, the whir of a hairdryer, or even the sound of a doorbell can disrupt their tranquility. And let's not forget about the fireworks on festive occasions. The loud and sudden bangs can be a terrifying ordeal for our feline companions. Now, you might wonder, how can I make my home more comfortable for my cat? The answer lies in respecting their need for peace and quiet. Try to minimize sudden loud noises, especially during their resting hours. If you need to vacuum or play music, consider moving your cat to a quieter part of the house. Remember, your cat isn't trying to rain on your parade when they flee from the noise. It's their instinctive response to what they perceive as a potential threat. Respecting your cat's peace and quiet goes a long way in maintaining their comfort. Cats are known for their grooming habits, but what happens when we interfere with their routine? Enter the cone collar, a necessary yet often unwelcome accessory in a cat's life. Designed to prevent cats from aggravating injuries or interfering with healing processes, these collars are vital in certain situations. However, they pose a considerable conundrum for our furry friends. The collar restricts their ability to groom themselves, a fundamental and comforting routine for any feline. This disruption can lead to visible discomfort and even distress. Yet, despite the temporary inconvenience it causes, the cone collar plays a crucial role in safeguarding our cat's health. It's a necessary evil, if you will. It's essential that we, as responsible cat parents, understand this and do our best to make the experience as comfortable as possible for our feline friends. Remember, the cone collar is a necessary evil, designed to protect our feline friends. Scene script: are you considering rearranging your furniture or introducing a new household item? If you're a cat owner, this simple act might require a bit more thought than you'd imagine. You see, cats, like many of us, are creatures of habit. They find comfort in the predictable, the familiar, the routine. Changes for them can be an unwelcome gust of wind, disrupting their calm sea of predictability. Imagine you're in your favorite coffee shop, The barista knows your order by heart, and you've claimed the cozy corner spot as your unofficial seat. One day, you walk in to find everything rearranged. Your favorite spot is gone, the menu has changed, and there's an unfamiliar face behind the counter. You feel a little lost, maybe even a tad anxious. That's how your cat might feel when their environment changes. Cats map their surroundings meticulously. They know where the sunbeam hits just right for their afternoon nap, where the scratching post stands for their daily claw maintenance, and the exact spot on the couch that's reserved for their evening cuddle. When these familiar elements shift, it can be unsettling for them. So, how can you introduce changes without causing too much stress? The key is to do it gradually. If you're bringing in a new piece of furniture, let your cat explore it at their own pace. Don't rush them to accept the new addition. If you're moving things around, try doing it in small stages. Shift a chair today, move a table tomorrow. Let them adjust to each change before introducing the next. Similarly, if you're introducing a new pet or family member, allow your cat to familiarize themselves slowly. Let them observe from a distance initially, sniff out the newcomer's scent, and gradually close the distance on their own terms. So the next time you plan a home makeover, consider your cat's love for routine and familiarity. Remember, patience and understanding go a long way in ensuring your feline friend feels safe and secure amidst the winds of change. Scene script. Have you ever tried giving your cat a belly rub only to be met with a defensive swipe? Well, you're not alone. Many cat owners have scratched their heads and sometimes their hands over this puzzling behavior. Why is it that our feline companions, who seemingly adore being stroked along their backs or behind their ears, suddenly turn into claw-bearing furballs when we approach their bellies? The answer lies in the vulnerability of their stomach area. You see, the belly of a cat is a very sensitive and unprotected region. It houses vital organs that, in the wild, would be prime targets for predators. When a cat exposes its belly, it's a sign of ultimate trust. They are showing you their most vulnerable side, literally. But this doesn't mean they're inviting you for a belly rub. Quite the contrary, they're saying, "I trust you enough to show you this, but please don't touch." Now, if you're a dog person, this might seem utterly baffling. After all, most dogs practically live for a good belly rub. They'll flop onto their backs, tongues lolling out in sheer happiness as soon as you start rubbing their stomachs. But remember, cats are not small dogs. They have different behaviors, different instincts, and different ways of showing affection. So the next time your cat rolls over and presents its belly, resist the temptation to dive in for a rub. Instead, try a gentle chin scratch or a soft stroke along the back. If your cat seems comfortable and content, you might be allowed to gently touch the belly. But proceed with caution, and always respect their boundaries. Understanding your cat's body language can help avoid unwanted reactions and foster a stronger bond. It's all about respecting their space, their instincts, and their unique ways of communicating. After all, isn't that what friendship is all about? Now that we've delved into the world of things cats hate, let's summarize our findings. We've seen that our feline friends have a distinct aversion to water, viewing it as a potential threat rather than a refreshing beverage. Loud noises, from vacuum cleaners to the clatter of dishes, can disrupt their serenity, causing agitation. The infamous cone collar, though a veterinary necessity, is a source of discomfort, impeding their grooming and restricting movement. Changes in their environment, like new furniture or rearranged living spaces, can trigger anxiety, emphasizing the importance of slow introductions and acclimation. And surprisingly, many cats dislike belly rubs, viewing their belly as a vulnerable area and often responding defensively to such attempts. Our understanding and respect for these preferences can make a world of difference in our relationships with our feline friends. Until next time, keep your cats happy and thriving.